Hello everybody, I'm K Flair and welcome to my new epic music tutorial series. Today we're going to learn everything there is to know about how to create my music and break down all of it from the most basic steps, so that even every beginner will be able to create an epic soundtrack. So, the first thing you need is a strong machine, a MIDI keyboard, external sound card, and a lot of RAM with a lot of free space on the drive. Before we can create anything, we have to choose our DAW, Digital Audio Workstation. This is the program we'll use to create our music. There are too many to choose from. I personally use Cubase because I love it and I have a lot of experience using it. But you can use any of the following: Cubase, Pro Tools, Sibelius, Fruity Loops, and Logic. You can use any of them. A MIDI mockup is a composition that's mostly done on the computer using virtual instruments. Our goal in a MIDI mockup is to get the closest as we can to a real performance of an orchestra. Those days we have some pretty realistic sounding virtual instrument libraries called VSTs and RTS that run on Contact Engine by Native Instruments. Those instruments isn't engineered with a computer, but instead it's a collection of pre-recorded live samples that activates using a MIDI keyboard. Some benefits of MIDI mockups are they are much cheaper compared to hiring live musicians. Sometimes field composers use the MIDI mockup to create a demo before the actual recording so that they can get an idea on how it will sound at the end. By the way, I know that Hans Zimmer doing it this way, and afterwards he has some people under him that their job is to translate the drone score to a written score for the orchestra. On the other hand, you have some problems when you try to imitate real-life music with a computer. When a performer plays, he has his own twist, tempo changes, and articulations. It's almost impossible to imitate with virtual instruments. But with the right programming skills, we can get close. Another thing that could be tricky is to copy the realistic reverb of the surrounding space we play in. On that, we'll talk in more advanced tutorial. So how we choose a library? There are thousands if not millions of those. Some take 50 gigabytes, some take 100 gigabytes, and some might take even more. Don't run and buy the last product on the net before you know what you actually need. Sometimes it is possible to get a pretty good sound with simple libraries with the right manipulation, so get familiar with the one that you already have. Check the option for different mic positioning, close, stage, far, different positions, meaning different amount of reverb. Look for legato and dynamic crossfade. When you switch between keys on the keyboard, the legato sound is already sampled. Look for the busy sound, a separation of a chord within a section. Different voices and articulations, staccato, spiccato, legato, crescendo, piano, forte, etc. Physical modeling versus hybrid sample modeling. The attack is real recorded sample, but the continuation is engineered with an oscillator. Because of our ear's perception, it might sound much like live sound, and it will not waste space on the drive. And the last thing you need is to decide on your budget. Those things are not cheap. If your wallet is not fat, you better save your money. Thank you everyone for making this far. I know this tutorial might have been a little boring, but it's just the beginning of our epic journey together to conquer the earth! In the next tutorial, we will cover the general guidelines of creating real-life music with a computer, and we'll dive into Cubase. So stay tuned, give that video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the little bell button to get a notification every time I upload new video to my channel. See you later, epic alligators!